Is the World Health Organization woke? We are joined by writer Ramesh Thakur, who has written a piece in this week's magazine subtitled "The Authoritarian World Health Organization is Now the Globalist Nanny." Ramesh, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Alexandra. For this one, I would like to mention also that in addition to my other affiliations, I'm a director with the Children's Health Defence Australia chapter, and they're engaged in a campaign on this issue.
Yes, well, that's why I think this article was so timely and so wonderful. And I encourage everyone to go online and read it at The Spectator. But in the article, you have described the World Health Organization as woke. And I'll admit that the word woke seems to be one of those words that everyone struggles to define, but by gosh, you know what it is when you see it. And one might assume that the World Health Organization would strive to be above political ideology and instead focus on public health. In your opinion, Ramesh, what evidence do you see to support the idea that our World Health Organization has actually been politicized?
Well, we can come back to that because there's a very long 3-year history now in relation to COVID. But the reason I was attracted to the woke description, here's a one sentence from the executive summary of a document published by the World Health Organization on abortion care guidance in March last year. And let me just read that one sentence because it's not actually in my article. In this guideline, we recognize that most of the available evidence on abortion can be assumed to be derived from research among study populations of cisgender women, and we also recognize that cisgender women, transgender men, non-binary, gender fluid, and intersex individuals with a female reproductive system and capable of becoming pregnant may require abortion care, unquote. Now, if that one sentence, as you said, does not make you recognize woke when you see it, then I think we are not speaking the same language. So that's one example. And then they have examples earlier, last month, in fact, in April this year, a guide to journalists on alcohol, on how to report on alcohol consumption, in which they insist that no level of alcohol consumption is safe. The whole notion of responsible drinking is a sop to the success, marks a success for the promotional department of the alcohol industry. And we need to start talking about the damage from alcohol. In other words, an activity that human beings have engaged in for as far as we know since the dawn of history. And I've been to one of the caves in Jordan, which is claimed to be the earliest bar in history. Somehow this is something that no matter how little you do, how rarely you drink, or how much you consume, is just something we shouldn't do. I think, as I said in the article, in fact, they don't know the difference between just existing and enjoying life.